What's up, y'all? Nick Edson here with Nick Edson Basketball. And this video is going to be a shot breakdown of what I think is proper form, and I'm going to show you the biggest things that people screw up on and the best ways to improve your jump shot quickly and then be able to practice that with proper form. All right, now right here I'm going to post the video that I also made on the same topic, which to me is the most important piece, which is the ultimate shooting with one hand as opposed to shooting with two hands. All right, so I'm going to post that right here. And that's far more important to get down because that's one of the hardest things. But in this video, I'm going to show you a couple other small ones. All right, now your jump shot. A lot of people like to square up to the rim. I like to turn my feet a little bit because then I don't have to turn my arm as much. If I'm squared up to the rim, my arm, I have to kind of contort my body to get my elbow straight, right? So because I'm squared up, my chest is squared up, my arm is here, so I need to contort it like this. So instead of contorting this way, why don't we just turn our legs this way a little bit? Now our arm is naturally straight onto the rim. So I like to turn my feet to about a 30-degree angle, right? About a 30-degree angle. That's the first thing. Second thing, when I bend, I'm not bending all the way down. I like to bring the ball up, get a quick bend, and then into my shot. So it's like this. Okay? It's a very one fluid motion. I'm not bending back, I'm not bending too far down, I'm not shooting flat-footed necessarily. All right, third one. When I shoot, I'm bringing the ball right to about in front of my eyeball. Right to about here, right? I like to bring it right in front of my right eyeball. What some people do is they'll bring it way up here and then try to like get under it. They try to get under it and then launch it like that. That screws up some mechanics. You know, some people like Dirk Nowitzki or Rashard Lewis, they shoot from way up here, and that works for them. So, I mean, if you can work out your mechanics that way, that's fine. But I see a lot of young players struggle with that, where they're putting the ball right here, and then they're almost launching it like this. So let me turn this way. So it's almost like this, as opposed to pushing it like this. Because when you do this, it almost looks like more of a fling, whereas this is more of like placing it up into where it needs to be, as opposed to a fling. So you want to keep the ball right around your head. NBA players like Stephen Curry, he puts it right here. Damian Lillard, James Harden, they all put it right about here in front of your eye or your forehead, right around your head. So that's the third one. Fourth one, no fading away, not much fading forward, and don't fade side to side. Don't kick your legs out. All right, so I just said a lot of things. I'll try to break them down. So Tracy McGrady, what he used to do, and what Kobe does, on their jump shots, they fade away. So they shoot, and they fade away. All right? For whatever reason, because their swagger works, their mechanics happen to let them be hot at various times and let them be good shooters that way. But if you want a pure, proper form shot, and if you're a player that's struggling to become even a good set shooter, you don't want to be fading away. So each jump shot you take, you want to hold it. You want to hold your balance straight up. You don't really want to, if anything, you want to fall a little bit forward. Going a little bit forward is okay. If you watch Kyle Korver, he goes very forward. He almost takes a whole step. Kyle Korver of the Atlanta Hawks, who should have been an all-star. But you don't want to be going too much forward. You don't want to go side to side. You don't want to kick your legs out. You don't want to fade away, most importantly. You don't want to fade away. You want to go straight up like a rocket ship. You want to go straight up, hold it, straight down. That's why balance comes into play so much, because if you don't have good balance, you don't have a good support system to launch the ball from. So you're going over here a little bit, you're going over here a little bit, you're going forward a little bit. The ball needs perfect accuracy. The ball is going into a hoop that's only about this big, and you're about 30 feet away, 20 feet away. So you have no room to be unbalanced or to be hopping to the side of your shot or hopping to this side or leaning or anything. You need to be straight up, straight down if you want pure, proper form. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule. But if you don't have a good shot yet, you want to develop proper form, because that's going to be your quickest way and your most efficient way to a good shot. All right, and the last one is keeping your elbow in and not letting it flare out. Tell me an NBA player that shoots like this. My elbow is way flared out here. So when I shoot, it's almost like I'm shooting that way, but I'm shooting this way. Tell me an NBA player that shoots like that. Tell me. Rajon Rondo. I'm from Boston. I've seen it for years. I love Rondo, but his shot is horrible. He shoots like this. How's the ball going to go in? If I'm shooting here, why is my elbow pointed this way? If I'm shooting right here, why is my elbow? It's ridiculous. And a lot of people have that in their shot. A lot of that comes with what I talked about in the video that I linked earlier, you need to have the ball be able to hold it and have your elbow pointed this way, and this hand not necessarily affecting this trajectory of the ball right here. Because if it's here, then it's almost like you're shooting with two hands. All right. So those are a couple quick shot fixes that might seem simple, but people don't have good body awareness, I've found. Like, I'll teach this to someone, and it'll be so difficult for them to really implement. Sometimes I literally need to record them on a video and then play it back for them to see what they did. So think about your shot. If you're not comfortable with the shot and you don't have a really deadly shot, then break it down and see what you're doing right, see what you're doing wrong, and at least see what you're doing. Like, figure out what your shot is. Some people think they shoot a certain way, but when they really see it on videotape or they really break it down, they realize that that's not how they think they're shooting. So it's a huge art form. It takes practice, it takes intelligence, it takes awareness. Body awareness is the key. All right, but I got a lot of content on shooting. You can become a deadly shooter using my form. I've done it. I used to be a horrible shooter, and one year I just said, stop with all the bullshit. I'm gonna totally break down my form. I'm gonna forget everything that I've shot in the past, and I'm gonna implement a totally new shot, totally new form, the way that I want it to be. And that took, a couple months and a couple years to master, but now I'm there, and 100% worth it. 100%. All right, Nick Edson signing out. See you in the next video.